Attention, attention, all divorced or separated fathers. I want to ask you a very important question, so listen carefully. What would you do if you knew your kid was likely to die or to go to jail? What would you do if this gun was pointed at your child? Because your child is in danger. The only problem is, or the only thing is, that the danger may not be so obvious, but it's just as real. Now, did you know that being a divorced or separated father means your child is 24 times more likely to run away from home, 15 times more likely to end up in jail, 7 times more likely to drop out of school, 5 times more likely to commit suicide? But most shocking of all is that by being a divorced or separated father means that your child is 72 times more likely to be killed. This is a horrible fact, but it's true. You see, I know what you may be thinking. You may be thinking, he can't be talking about my child. After all, my child's too sweet. My child's too sensible. My child's too innocent. He can't be talking about my child. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm talking about the child across the street. Or maybe I'm talking about the child around the corner. Or, who knows, maybe I'm talking about the child on TV. But the simple fact is, the facts and the stats are obvious. And then also one more thing for you to consider. When you were truly, madly and deeply in love with your ex, did you ever think you'd be separated? Because the point I'm trying to make is, this could happen to your child. So what are you going to do about this? If you're really committed to helping your child and giving them the start they need, then keep listening, because I'm going to give you some of the tips you need to become a great divorced dad. Well, before I give you some of these secrets, I'd like to talk about some of the things that have gone wrong. The role of the father has been forgotten. Now, the steps you need to follow to be a good father are, wait, before we go into all of that stuff, so let me tell you who I am. My name is Abby Phillips, and I'm a life coach, a parenting coach, and a proud example of a divorced father. So let me tell you a bit about my story. I've had the fortune to do some coaching in schools, and generally most of the kids that were sent to me were kids that were underachieving, the ones that had no real goals or ambitions in life. And one of the things that really shocked me, one of the things that were really sobering to me, was the fact that many of these children who came to me were from homes where their parents had been separated. And more shockingly was some of the things that some of these children actually said in relation to their fathers. Things like, yeah, my dad buys me stuff, but we don't really talk much. And my dad doesn't really care what I do. He's a loser. And also, my dad's too busy with his new family to give a about me. And I find this really sort of shocking and really scary. And I think that if you're a father and you're reading these quotes, then it should be sort of worrying to you as well, because unless you're doing the correct things, unless you're doing the right things that you really need to do, there is a chance that you will slip into this category and you will have a child who, although you may be around them, doesn't really value you as a father and doesn't really value your input. Following on, when I did do coaching with adults, I found that many of the male clients that I had were divorced, and one of the goals, or the goals that they set for themselves, were to connect better with their kids. They wanted to be able to bond with their kids. They wanted to be able to communicate better with their kids. And in fact, probably one of the most common sort of goals that most of these fathers set was that they wanted to spend real quality time with their kids. They realized that if they didn't, then this would have a negative effect on all areas of their kids' lives. So let me tell you about the birth of Divorced Father, Good Father, because this is a resource for men just like you. This is something I've put together after witnessing some of the problems that have been faced by men who are in your situation. Now, what did I do? What I did is I spoke to numerous divorced fathers to find out exactly what they knew, to find out what their main problems were, to find out what they wanted to change and how they wanted to help their children. And then what did I do? I went to go and find many professionals, and I worked with numerous professionals. And we're talking about parenting experts, child psychologists, divorced experts, and finance experts. And I've worked with them to create the Divorced Father, Good Father membership site. So what's in the Divorced Father, Good Father program? Well, the simple answer is a hell of a lot. There's so much information in here that it will take absolutely ages to go through it. But here's a very, very brief synopsis of some of the areas that the program actually does cover. Helping your children adapt to change. The language of your post-divorce life, keeping it positive. How to deal with your ex. Establishing a routine at your house. How to communicate with your children. And the importance of positive discipline. Now, like I said, this is just a very, very, very brief overview, and there's so much information in this program. It's absolutely essential that you have a look at the website and see what else is there. Let me tell you about what you get when you sign up for the Divorced Father, Good Father program. You get access to interviews with experts, free access to our limited exclusive webinars. This is stuff you won't find anywhere else on the internet. You get exclusive access to our forums, so you can share views and experiences with other fathers. You get access to regular ebooks and e-courses. You also get regular podcasts. And these are just a few of the benefits. The Divorced Father, Good Father program is not just a flimsy ebook. It's an entire program of activities, advice, and guidance that you as a father can use in order to really help the development of your children. Now, I've done my best to cram in as much information as I can. I've done my best to speak to the people who really need to be spoken to, and I've done my best to really work on setting up a forum and a system that you can follow in order to really get real positive results out of your relationship with your children. Now, this total package is worth $4,000. But wait, as a special limited offer, you can get access to the Divorced Father, Good Father program for not $97 a month, not $77 a month, not even $47 a month. Nope. What I'm going to do for a limited time only is that I'm going to give you access to the Divorced Father, Good Father network for only $27 a month. Now, this is $4,000 worth of value that I'm going to give you for $27 a month. Now, this is a tiny sum to pay. This is absolutely tiny. I mean, what price would you put on your children's life? Let me make this even clearer for you. That is less than $1 a day. Now, if that was not sweet enough, then consider this. There's absolutely no risk to yourself, because the Divorced Father, Good Father program comes with a 100% ironclad money-back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied within 60 days, you will get all of your money back, no questions asked. So all you have to do is click on the button below and sign up today, because today is the beginning of your child's future. Sign up now, because remember,